Hi everybody, welcome back to Mirrors. Last time we left off, the band had flown to Paris to rest there overnight before their first show of their tour, and our man David spent probably hundreds of dollars in taxi fare just driving around Paris until weird shit happened, but luckily that was all a dream. So let's keep going. I'm going to load a save state until just after where the previous video ended because I figure I probably shouldn't start a new episode immediately with a severed head on screen, so we're just going to skip to directly past that. The members of Eleno Vision left the hotel and got on the bus they had reserved. The bus was headed for their first concert hall, Karnak. They passed through Le Mans, the town known for the eponymous 24-hour race, making way for the town of Rennes, in Brittany. In order to stay above boredom, they decided to play cards to pass the time. Get a load of this. 3 of a kind. Full house. I've got a spade flush. Bah, I'm beat. Susanna, Ellen, what did you guys have? I only have a 2 pair. Check this out. I got a straight flush. I do like this arrangement of the Gymnopédie. It's catchy. A straight flush? Come on, man. You again, Ellen? You're way too good at this. Are you cheating or something? Don't be a sore loser, Andrew. I'm just that good is all. Damn it. I'm gonna win next, you'll see. Your turn to shuffle, Susanna. Okay. That's enough games for me. David couldn't focus on the game. Focus on the game, David. He was still thinking of the death of the poor priest, and how it felt like a continuation of his dream. David stopped playing and looked outside the window. Worried, Susanna called out to him. What's the matter, David? You look down. It's nothing. Just thinking of this bad dream I had. David forced himself to laugh. You look pale. What kind of dream was it? David saw both curiosity and concern in Susanna's eyes. The bus drove by a grass-covered plain. David thought that talking to someone about his dream could make him feel better. And so he did. Before long, the rest of the band stopped playing cards and listened intently to David's tale. That's some nightmare, all right. This has to be about Claire. Don't let it get to you, David. Come to think of it, they were talking about a murder in Rouen this morning. I think it was a priest or a monk. For real? Maybe David had some kind of precognitive dream or something. British accents are so hard to do, y'all, when you're not practicing them. Okay. The band members all started giving their opinions on the matter. Loud sound warning coming up. David looked outside the window. barely listening to what they were saying. What the? He saw a knight, clad in white armor, riding a white horse, chasing after them. David thought to himself, a white knight on a horse? Wait, I can see through them. Is it a ghost? Oh, thank God. They really didn't need that ear-piercing noise, but whatever. David did a double take, but when he looked again, he could only see a car, and not the white knight. David mumbled to himself, a car? Then I was just imagining things. What was that, David? Did something happen? Susanna had heard David's mumbling. No, it's nothing. Martin is right. I haven't recovered from Claire's passing yet. It'll be a while before we reach Karnak. Are you going to be okay? Yeah, don't worry. I'll be fine after I catch a few Z's. Susanna, let David sleep and come over to play. These cards ain't gonna shuffle themselves. Alright, alright. I mean, I could do it, but I'm certainly not going to. The bus continued its journey towards Karnak. The car David had seen actually belonged to Clark and Vince. Our boys are headed for Karnak. Chief, did you see the news this morning? Yep. France is a dangerous place too, huh? You think Eleno Vision's involved in that whole mess? For some reason, people just seem to die around them. Who knows? Roland was the opposite way of their destination. They don't look like the kind of guys who'd meet up with a priest. Clark couldn't see any clear connection. After passing through Vaughan, a must-see town when passing through Brittany, they finally reached their destination, Karnak. Karnak is home to the eponymous stones, a collection of prehistorical standing stones called menhirs. Eleno Vision was going to start their European tour by performing on a stage set up in the middle of them. Photosensitivity warning. The next few minutes are a pulsing, rapid strobing nightmare. I advise you, if you're affected by that sort of thing, to just look away from the screen and listen to the pretty music for a little bit. Good God, it's really, really bad. I'm not exaggerating. It's terrible. Anyway, here it is. As soon as it loads, just give it some time. It's getting ready. Okay, thank God that's over with. I forgot to mention earlier, but this game was actually ported to one other Japanese home computer system, the Fujitsu FM Towns, in 1992, and that whole concert sequence in that version of the game actually has some like rudimentary FMV footage, which is neat. Also, I don't know what it is, but it seems like that whole sequence is like slightly out of sync and also maybe too fast. Because the footage looks different. The footage of that segment looks different in the Basement Brothers video that I linked to in the back in the first part of this playthrough. I don't know. It might be an artifact of something about this English translation. I'm not sure, but. And anyways, that's over and done with. Also, OBS was yelling at me like the whole time that was going on, like, "Hey, this is too much. Change your settings." I'm like, "It's fine, OBS. Don't worry about it." Anyway. The group headed straight for their hotel in Vaughan, the Inn de Bretagne. After renting a room, they regrouped and had a toast to celebrate the success of their concert. They still hadn't recovered from all the excitement. "Great job, guys! You were great on stage!" "Yeah, that was one of our best performances." "I don't know. Should we really go all out this early in our tour?" Alan didn't actually seem to mean what he had said. "It'll be just fine, Alan. Let's keep this up all the way." "I'm feeling great. Forget about those stupid dreams." Alright. Had to magically know there that David was supposed to talk twice in a row. Whew. I'm knackered. Exhausted, even. I'm calling it a day. There's no way I'm having any dreams when I'm this tired, right? Sounds good. Get some rest, David. In fact, I'm following your example. Good night, David. Good night. They were all tired after the first concert of their tour. One after the other, they retired to their rooms. Once he entered his room, David went straight to bed. He was exhausted after the concert, and it didn't take long before he was drifting off. It had been a long time since David had last slept so soundly. But then he was awakened by a loud noise. Huh? What was that? Whatever it was, it came from outside the window. I swear I heard some horse hooves. His room was on the 5th floor. There was simply no way he should have been able to hear the hooves of a horse from outside the window. As soon as David approached the window, a white horse kicked the window open and entered the room. The glass of the window was shattered. The curtains swayed in the wind coming from outside. A medieval knight, clad in white armor, sat atop the horse, glaring at David. David was completely speechless. The knight didn't appear to have anything to say. The horse took one step towards David. Who the hell are you? How did you come from the window? The knight inched closer. Somehow, his armor made no noise. What do you want from me? You can't just barge in someone's room and then give them the silent treatment. The knight moved to David's side, without uttering a word, and started taking off the armor. Who are you? David looked at the knight's face. He felt like he had seen that face before. No way! You? As soon as he made his realization, the knight drew the sword and thrust it through David's chest. Just as he thought his life was over, David found himself in his bed, still alive. Where? It was another dream. A white knight on a white horse. I'm sure I saw the knight's face. Damn it, I can't remember. David looked at the window. The horse had kicked it open, but it was intact now. No shards of glass on the floor. Just another dream. I was hoping I'd be too tired to dream, but I wouldn't be so lucky, would I? They feel more and more real every damn time. David touched his chest, where the sword pierced him in his dream. Ow! But that was just a dream. Why does it hurt? David looked at his chest. There was a vivid red mark, like a bruise. David thought to himself that he was probably still dreaming, and rolled back into his bed. When he woke up the following morning, David noticed the mark on his chest, and wondered if he wasn't still in one of his dreams. He took a shower, but that didn't help his mood. However, David decided he shouldn't worry the other guys with his problems, so he put on a brave face and entered the lobby. Andrew, Martin, and Susanna were already in the lobby, having a coffee. Good morning. Hey, David. Looks like Alan is still sleeping. So how's it going? Had a good night? Guess you had a good night, huh? You don't look tired at all. David, I came up with a good song while you were sleeping yesterday. You gotta listen to it later. Got it. David felt pathetic in comparison, worrying about his dreams while the others worked so hard. Alan finally came into the lobby about 1 hour later. He seemed to be in a pretty bad mood. Took you long enough. Sheesh, Alan, you look like crap. Forget about this stupid concert. I had a terrible nightmare. David's heart skipped a beat at Alan's words. What kind of nightmare? What kind of nightmare? His voice was hoarse. We were performing at one of our lives, and I had a solo part coming up, but I couldn't remember a single word. It was totally nerve-wracking, man. Makes me wonder what the rest of us would do if the sound went out. So what happened next? I was sweating like crazy, and then I finally woke up. Man, what a relief. I think your nightmares rubbed off on me. David pretended to laugh, but he was feeling very uneasy about the situation. As luck would have it, they were having their second concert today, so we wouldn't have time to really dwell on the matter. It was almost time for their last performance in Karnak. David was feeling well, and the rest of the band was in a good mood even. Jesus. Break a leg, guys. We're looking at a 2-day trip after tonight. How are you feeling, David? I'm feeling great, thanks to you. Let's go, David. The band headed for the stage. Hopefully not into another strobing, flashing lights nightmare. And so they performed their second live. They were full of energy, just like the day before. When their song began, the whole audience started jumping in excitement. Amidst the audience, there were the 2 detectives who had followed them from London. What the hell is this crap? They can't be taking this music seriously. This is great, Chief! Woohoo! It would seem that Eleno Vision had gained a new fan. Bah, I hate this. That music was too much for Clark. He was getting restless. Maybe you're just too old, Chief. You don't get it. That's so? Yeah, maybe I am too old for this. I was going to give you a nice bonus check after this job, but I'm gonna need it myself more. Come on, Chief. You're as fit as a fiddle. Clark and Vince tailed Susanna all the way to the venue. Excluding Clark, everyone present was jumping up in excitement. The performance had been another success. After the concert, the band returned to the hotel. In the lobby, Susanna approached David. Good work out there, David. You were great today. Thanks. I have been feeling better today. You must be tired. Oh, this reminds me. I have just the thing. These vitamin pills are almost miraculous. Take them and you'll definitely have a good night. Because that's exactly how vitamin pills work. Don't question this, I'm an expert. That sounds great. And plausible. I'll definitely try. David thanked Susanna for her kindness. David took the pills Susanna gave him, and he was able to sleep well, without a single nightmare. Their stay in Karnak had ended in success. The reviews had been positive, and they were expecting higher ticket sales for their future performances.